There was still no sign of Zed. It was disappointing. Very disappointing. He certainly must have sought out his former friend. It was likely Zed was hiding, watching. Jhin needed to be careful. From the jetty, Jhin looked back to the foreign ship. The tide had come in, and the ship would be leaving in a few moments. He would have to return soon if he was going to perform in Zon next month. Risk on top of risk. He stopped to check his reflection in a puddle. From the water, a worried, elderly merchant stared back at him. Years of acting practice combined with his martial training had given him total control of his facial muscles. It was a common face, and he had given it an unexceptional expression. When he walked up the hill, Jhin blended easily into the crowd. He checked the white lanterns above him, counting the distance. If Zed appeared, he would need them. At the inn on the top of the hill, he glanced at the planters we had hidden traps. Sharpened steel blades shaped like flowers. They protected his escape route in case anything went wrong. He thought of how the metal would slice through the crowd and splash the building's freshly painted teal walls with red. It was tempting. He was pushing through the crowd when he heard the village elder speaking to Shen.
"Why would the demon attack her and the councilmen?"
the elder asked. Shen, dressed in his blue outfit, didn't answer. Another Kinko, a young woman named Akali, stood beside Shen. She walked to the doorway of the inn. "No," Shen said as he blocked her path. "What makes you think I'm not ready?" Akali asked, annoyed. "Because I wasn't when I was your age." At that moment, a town guard stumbled from the entrance, his face pale and hollow.
"Her flesh, it was,
he said. He took a few steps, then collapsed to the ground in shock.
He saw it. He saw the flower."
Against the far wall, the tavern's owner laughed. Then he began weeping, his face painted by madness. These were not people who would forget seeing Kata Jin's work. Shen scanned the faces of the onlookers. Clever boy, Jhin thought before fading into the back of the crowd. He checked the rooftops for Zed as he walked back to the ship. The work was inescapable. Together or apart, Zed and Shen would chase the clues he had left. They would follow them back to the Blossom Festival, back to Jiom Pass. And when they became desperate, then they would have to work together again. It would be like it had been when they were young. They would huddle together in awe and fear. Only then would the great Kata Jhin reveal himself, and his true masterpiece would begin.
I have been planning your final performance for a very long time.